What's going on, boys? Not gonna say welcome back to another video. Now we're gonna go straight into the custom tactics video. Before I get into it, it's important. I know you want to skip forward the video, go to the tactics, but listen to this very first thing first, okay? Remember, this is very early on when the game has been released, so you don't want to have too much of something. You don't want to have fast build-up play, forward runs, everything in your main formation. Keep it very balanced in the beginning and then change things after. So I'm going to walk through all this. And don't forget also my Patreon is now live. So if you want to get better at FIFA, you can join the FIFA 22 FIFA School Series. Patreon link is down below in the description. And I've already uploaded the meta teams in a progressive system. So I got teams away from 50k to 2 million. So if you want to sign up, links down below in the description. Again, a money back guarantee. Now, the first and most important thing is when you're doing a formation is you don't want to change too much from last year because you're used to playing what you have. So this is what I figured out what works for me. I'd recommend trying these first, and then if all else fails, then put everything on balanced. Okay, so that's very, very important. So do what I say first. Try them out. If you give them like a couple of games, not one game, give them like 4 or 5 games. If you think it's not good enough for you, then change it after. So defensive style, for the most defensive formation, we've gone with balanced. We're not going to use no team press, no constant pressure, no heavy touch, because we know defending this year, you push your centre back out of position, you try to be aggressive, you get punished so bad. So don't get out of position. The width, we left it on 40. Now you're going to see these incrementally changes between 10 and 35. I don't know as of yet the difference between 32 and 35. So I've just gone down in 10s and 5s from the days that, don't forget we're playing this game early. Obviously, massive thanks to EA for that, giving me the game early. So width we got on 40, quite compact, and depth 35. Similar to last year, not too far back, but enough where we can defend, because don't forget everyone is playing drop back. You can't be going gung-ho. So this is more of the closing out formation. We got slow build-up play. The sole reason for this is, let's say, for example, if you are winning 1 or 2-0, everyone is normally going to forward runs immediately, fast build-up play. So you get pressed very, very quickly. So a slow build-up play, not everyone's going forward, and you've got time to build up and kind of go against his press, should I say. Chance creation, we left this on balanced. I think it's the best thing to do for, I would say, a very defensive formation. And the width, when we have the ball, we're quite wide, very wide apart. Instructions, I'm going to go through them as well. Stay central, get it behind, stay forward for the striker, because L1 triangle balls are very, very effective. Do remember that. L1 triangle balls, when you go into games, remember L1 triangle, the most effective thing to get the ball in behind. The cams on stay forward conservative, just because the players are not that good for stamina wise. And the left attacking mid and right attacking mid are on comeback and defense. Both CDMs on cut passing lane, stay back while attacking cover center, and the left back and right back on stay back while attacking. Very, very simple. Fullbacks can still be used at centre back. Let me make this clear. They can still be used at centre back. The most important thing is understand high defensive work rates, and agility and balance is all you need. If you know you're not good at manually defending, don't use fullbacks, use a traditional centre back, because the fullback nerf only affects defensive awareness, so it's their positioning. So if you don't have to manually defend, go to centre backs, okay? 3-5-2. This for me is the best formation right now in the game. I'll make some adjustments, but this is the best formation to use right now with these exact tactics, in my opinion. Balance, width 50 when you're defending, because don't forget you defend in a 5, quite compact. Depth 35, build up plays long ball, chance creation is direct passing, and the width 50. Don't forget, I've explained how all these work in my other videos, so go check that out on my channel, explain how custom tactics work. But with direct passing, it makes the 3-5-2 more fluid in a final third, especially with the fact that, don't forget, when you're attacking a 5-striker formation, and these overriding players are really good for breaking your opponent's wings. So what I find is everyone is playing, I know you don't know, you know what I'm talking about, everyone's playing so compact. 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. The left mid, right mid's overlapping on the outside, cutting inside. If you can get that finesse shot angle, you're in business. So that is, for me, this is the formation I'm using right now. I am using fullbacks with it, but it's working very, very well for me. Strikers and the cam on stay forward. So very, very aggressive, almost like a counter-attack-esque formation where my opponent's got the ball. Left mid and right mid on comeback and offense. You can use hug the sideline. So if your opponent is playing very, very narrow, do turn hug the sidelines on. It is very, very effective. More videos will be coming on my Patreon explaining how this will work as well. I will left support on crosses to be on balance, because sometimes I want them to be outside the box when you recycle the ball in. You don't want them always be rushing inside. Both CDMs on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center. If people are struggling to get inside the box of scoring, you can always put one of these on join the attack, one of the most attacking players for now. And the back 3 is on default. And then we have the 4-1-2-on-2 video. As I mentioned on my Patreon videos last year as well, and even on my YouTube channel, the 4-1-2-on-2 wasn't a good formation for me last year because it was very, very narrow. And the 3-5-2 kind of encompassed the 4-1-2-on-2 and a 4-4-2 together, if that makes sense. But we've gotten this to be more of a progressive, but more of a pressing type of play. So more from 1-0 down. Being wide is not helping, but let's say my opponent is not parking a bus. If your opponent is parking a bus, playing very, very narrow, this is not the formation to use. 40 width, depth of 55. So a bit higher up the pitch, but not too high. Fast build up, play forward runs. Now, this is a very attacking formation. When you use this, you're going to like it. You're going to be like, oh, this Neil Guides guy, he's right. And then you're going to give yourself like 15 minutes and you'll be like, what has Neil done? He's messed it up. Now, this is important to remember. It's very attacking, but defensively, you're going to be in trouble. So everyone's going to run forward. So if you know you're losing the ball, be very, very scarce in where you're passing the ball to. Don't just rush the ball forward all the time. Be proactive. Think about where your players are. My best advice is don't run with this formation. Don't run with this formation and you'll be laughing. Don't run. Use the, I will say, the new sprint mechanic. I'll have a video on that coming soon as well. And use a new explosive sprint, because don't forget the game now rewards you to use the sprint button when you're in a good chance. So don't just hold the sprint button the entire time. That's the best tip I can give you. Width. 55 width, I think, is really, really good because you're not going against a narrow formation anyway, so you're kind of compact, centralizing everyone in the middle of the pitch. Instructions, we left this on very much default bare bones. 2 strikers, stay forward, stay central, get in behind. The cam is also on stay forward. And we have the left centre mid and right centre mid on balance. Now, I would recommend putting these guys on cover centre. If you are struggling with this formation and there's a bit too attacking for you, just pop one of these guys on stay back while attacking. That way you got a centre mid staying back and you got your CDM staying back. So it's a quite formation where you can change it. Because I feel this game is very static this year, very lethargic. Less dribbling is very, very bad. And I've been playing mostly post, I suppose you can say the new gen, should I say. The formation should work on both, but anyway. The CDM on cut passing lane, step while attacking, cover centre, and left back and right back on stay back while attacking. I've left them on default, I haven't left them on overlap now because I want to see how the players make runs. But if you want to, you can put overlap on. But the most important thing is if you find that it's a bit too attacking, instead of putting both of these on balance, put one of these guys on stay back while attacking, and vice versa. If you think it's still too defensive, let's say you're an elite player and you know it's still defensive for you, you trust yourself with one CDM, then put this guy on balance and put your most attacking player, normally a winger, I drop him in the right centre mid position and I put him on get forward. Now moving over to the 4-4-2. Now listen, I use the 4-4-2 as, I would say, a pressing formation to get the ball back. In my opinion, you need 2 strikers this year because everyone is dropping back 1 width. It's a shambles because no one knows how to defend. Everyone is strong with manual defending. So they are thinking, oh my God, I can't defend in my centre back. So let's just use 1 width, 1 depth, overload the ball side. So you need 2 strikers, okay? This is my to get the ball back because my opponent is wasting time formation, basically. Constant pressure, width not too high, just because people I think are using the L1 triangles a lot of the time and you end up spreading your play, but I think most of the time it doesn't really make that much of a difference. You better press from the inwards going outwards, in my opinion, so far. Depth at 60 I think is high enough where you're being high as possible without neglecting your back, I would say. You don't want to be too far forward to get done on that, because don't forget L1 triangles is so dangerous this year. Fast build up playing forward runs, when you do get the ball back, you're pushing forward, and we've got the width on 50. Now for the instructions, stay central and stay forward for both the strikers, not getting behind because people will be parking the bus at this point. Stay forward, stay wide and get it behind for both the left mid and right mid, because you want to be as wide as possible because people are going to be parking a bus anyway in that situation. And I would say both CDMs, you want to put them on stay back while attacking. Now what I wanted to say is, for one CDM, you'd want to put get forward on them. So whatever CDM you have, if you got an attacking centre mid or whatever formation you're playing, or let's say you got an attacking winger here, put that guy on stay forward. That's what will help you break through. If you don't put that one stay forward, you're going to struggle to break through your opponent's back. And then for the left back, right, put them on stay back while attacking. And I've tried a new one this year, step up. I'm using this. I'm just seeing how it works. What I've noticed immediately is if your opponent does the L1 button, and if he's a good player and he does an L1 button, you could be in trouble. So step up is really, really good when you're trying to kind of win the ball back quickly and anticipate where the ball is going, especially if you use constant pressure. But if they use an L1 trigger, you could be in trouble. So be very, very careful. Only use step up if you're comfortable with switching to your left back and your right back. to switch to them very, very easily. But that is a tactics video in case you're wondering. Don't forget, so this is my team right now. This is a team that I'm using. I did pack, of course, Saint Maximin. I think it's a top tier team. Fred, honestly, class. I put a shadow on him. Class player, has done such a good job for me. But that is what I would recommend. Don't forget, everyone is learning the game in that way. And don't forget, I got the teams available on my Patreon as well. So patreon.com/nilguides. Don't forget, money back guarantee. If you do join right now as well, you can join because it's the end of September now. So I'll refund your money so you can get September for free, and then you can get October as well. So you get September free, then that way you're paying for October and you're getting September with it as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.